Hello, everyone. Why is my camera so low? Why is it so low? It should be up a little bit. How's everyone doing? Hope everybody's having a good week. I am very under the weather. I was super sick yesterday and starting to feel better now. But yeah, low energy, unfortunately, right now tonight. We do have, where's my little sidekick here? Naruto sent out a member chat. All right, we'll look at that in a second. Who is this? I'm assuming this is Paigey.
It's me, but I'm quickly jumping on because I can't make it.
Okay.
Even though I'm here. I just lag? I have no idea, but I wanted to keep my streak of being on a stream, if that makes sense. Okay. Eric, you look really, really cute with that pink hat.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know.
Except, those glasses are so fucking shit. It's not even funny. Like,
okay, all right.
Yeah, just so you sort of like neutralize yourself because good hat, shit glasses. But
right.
I just wanted to keep my streak. I have to go now, but Eric, you know what to do.
All right.
I know you're not wearing pants, so
I'm wearing shorts. All right, there we go. All right, see you later. Bye. All right. Anyway, I don't know where he is. Something's going on with Paigey. Something is going on with Paigey because he's got stuff planned during the week now. Is he moving somewhere? Is he going somewhere? I don't know. I'm not totally sure. Hope you feel better. Thank you, Crazy Cat Lady. Thank you so much. Anyway, we'll see if anybody else stops in. I sent the link out to everybody. I don't know if people have anything going on tonight. I really haven't been able to talk to anybody. That's the issue. Is I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody. And where I live, we have a massive storm coming through. Massive storm coming through. So we don't normally get snow. Like we get snow, like a dusting, a little bit here and there, but we don't get snow like, you know, you see in the movies and stuff because we live on the coast. It's a temperate area. So it's a nice area to live in. So it gets cold, but we don't really get snow. However, tomorrow we're supposed to be getting like 10 to 12 inches of snow in my area. The last time we got that much snow, I believe was 2010. I feel like it's been over a decade. It's been over a decade since we had that much snow. So I don't know what it's going to look like for us, but here's the deal. If we get snowed in, then I will not be working for the next 2 days, which means if I'm feeling up to it, like if I'm feeling better than I am right now, then I will do some videos and live streams, probably some live streams. Here's the thing. If we are snowed in, I may do my 5-hour live stream. The one that I was going to plan on the weekend. I might actually do it over the next couple days. We'll see. We'll see. I've got so much stuff that I could do. So if I don't have to go into the clubs and work, then I'll figure something out. All right. Naruto here with a team member for 35 months. Just got back from seeing Brave New World in 1 degree weather. Well, Naruto, are you in the States? Is that 1 degree Fahrenheit? Just kidding. Yeah, it's really cold. It's right now here. It is, I'm looking at my weather app right here. It's like 34 degrees here right now. That's really cold. It's too cold. I don't like cold weather, you guys. I don't like it. I feel like cold weather, I would rather it be more, I feel like I would rather it being hot than cold. Like if I had to pick dealing with like 90 degree weather or 30 degree weather, I'd rather deal with 90 degree weather. I don't like the cold weather. I just don't. No offense to people that live in cold areas. You guys might like it. I'm not a big fan of it. Anyway, we have a goal up in the chat. And what we're trying to do is there is a poll up here. This is something that I did on Darren's stream where we picked, if you didn't see it, I was on a stream with Darren last week. I think it's still up on his channel. But we did like a pick our team, MCU characters to face off against whatever. I think it was Dr. Doom. And so we both picked our team. We had like our teams lined up, like a versus thing. So in the poll for today, if we hit the goal, I'm going to do that with Paigey. We're going to pick a villain at random. Maybe you guys will pick it. And then we'll have to pick our dream team, and we can't copy characters. So like if I pick Superman, he can't pick Superman. If I pick Batman, he can't pick Batman. And if it's MCU, it would be like same thing, like Iron Man, Captain America. We can't pick the same characters. To face off against whatever the threat is, and then you guys will pick which team wins. So in the poll for today, if we hit that goal, we will do that. That'll be a stream. And it's Paigey versus Eric DC edition or Paigey versus Eric MCU edition. And I tell you what, if we hit the goal today, we'll do the top two. We'll do the top two in the poll if we hit it today on the Reloaded channel. So if you are wanting to participate in that, come over to the Reloaded channel, do your super chats over here. But if you just want to donate to the show in general, you can super chat on either channel. The other is the top 5 favorite DC villains and Arrowverse topic random, which has 0 right now out of 22 votes. But that's what the top 2 are, the Paigey versus Eric stuff. That's what that is. What's up, South Texas Shark? Good to see you. Glad to have you in here. All right, so I haven't been solo in forever. It feels like a really long time. When was the last time I did a solo stream? Do you guys remember the last time I was like solo? I don't remember when that was. It's been a minute. And I don't know if it's going to stay solo. Like other people might show up. So I'm not totally sure. But it's been a while since I've done a solo stream. So it's pretty interesting. What's up, Cal? How you doing? Good to see you. All right, let me jump back over here in studio. We have a few things to talk about today. Captain America, Brave New World, crushed it at the box office, which is pretty exciting considering all the backlash it was getting. I don't know if you guys saw the Marvel Rivals news, but it seems to be kind of blowing up. I saw it this afternoon. And I bookmarked a few different articles about it because I'm not sure how big of a deal it is. I know people seem to think it's a big deal, but I'm gonna have to look into it and see. And then we got some Daredevil Born Again stuff to talk about and other random topics. So we got some fun stuff to discuss tonight. So Marisu says, "You're not solo, we're here." Of course, of course. All right, so let's jump into the Captain America stuff first. We'll just jump right into that. I don't know if you guys saw or not, but the movie did better this past weekend than they expected it to do in terms of like numbers. So domestically, I think the last time we looked at it, I guess a week before the movie came out, the domestic numbers were like 85. It was like 85 to 90 on the high end. It ended up doing 100. That's pretty crazy, all things considered. So it went up to 100. And international, it got close to 100. But essentially, we're talking like 200 million worldwide on a movie that a lot of people said was going to get boycotted, which I'm pretty sure there were some people that boycotted the movie. People were saying it wasn't going to do well. Nobody wanted to see this version of Captain America, blah, 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 all this stuff. The movie still had a solid opening weekend. Now, Paigey sent me something. This is really funny. Let me pull this up. Let's find it on Twitter here. He sent me something pretty hilarious. I've got an answer for this, though, but I have to pull this article up. Where is it at? It's over on Variety. Okay, here we go. Bridget Jones, mad about the boy, sets UK and Ireland box office records with historic opening weekend. And Captain America takes second place. I'm going to look and see. Do they have the numbers in this article? Let me check the article and see. They probably do. Let's see. Yeah, here it goes. Universal Bridget Jones, mad about the boy, delivered a record-breaking debut at the UK and Ireland box office, grossing 12.3 million, or 15.5 if you convert it into dollars. Let's see. Does it have Captain America in here somewhere? 8 million. All right, so Captain America did 8 billion. Okay. But here's the thing. You know why this did so well? What holiday was last week? There was a holiday last week that some places recognized that might have sparked people to go see like a rom-com over Captain America. This is a pesky holiday that happened over the weekend. Happened to fall on a Friday. So I'm thinking a lot of people for date night decided to go and see that movie instead, which is fine. It's fine. It's all good. The movie still, like, Captain America still did really good. So for me, that's not a big deal. It's not a massive deal. Remember, okay, do you guys remember, we talked about it here, I think about 4 streams ago, where Anthony Mackie did the interview in Italy last year, and he tried to sort of say that Captain America isn't necessarily like just a representation of America. Remember? You guys remember that? And people were losing their minds over this. Video after video, freaking out. Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson, Captain America hates America. Even though Chris Evans said the same thing. They flipped out, they lost their minds. And I said on that stream that I think he's trying to sell this movie to audiences that do not live in the United States because it's a Captain America movie. It's got an uphill battle for a lot of reasons. It's got an uphill battle. And so he's trying to sell this movie as best he can in territories outside of the United States of America. And this kind of stuff is why. This is why, because you have to be able to sell this story outside of this country in a lot of places. I know it's hard to believe. It is Marvel, but he's a new Captain America. Okay, no Steve Rogers, so already controversy around that. It's controversy around a certain character being in the film anyway. There's all these other things happening. And so I felt personally like, you know, there's a little work to get done. So for me, it's not a huge surprise. Marisu says, Brave New World is about the power of love, though. It is. It absolutely is about the power of love. Hey, what's up? Nothing But Media. Good to see you. Also, people in the UK were bound to back the British film. Mamma Mia did better than Dark Knight. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Yeah, so we have that. But look, the movie did well. The movie did well in terms of sales. But there's still a lot of controversy. Still a lot of controversy around the movie. We see a lot of the normal channels that we would see kind of going in, attacking the movie, giving it crap. So I'm expecting a lot of those guys are sitting around waiting, biting their fingernails to see if the movie drops off in the second weekend. Now, a normal drop-off for a movie would be as anticipated, right? But they're hoping to see something bigger than a normal drop-off, going from this weekend to next weekend. I don't think it truly matters. I honestly think the break-even point for this movie is like 420-some million. Look, it needs about another 2 solid weekends to hit that number. That's all it needs, is 2 more solid weekends to hit that number. If it does like in both territories, like 100 million next weekend, 100 million the weekend after that, then it's good. Then we're good. It's fine. And that's good for everybody, I think. Everybody that's interested in it. It's above Winter Soldier. I think the opening was above Winter Soldier. Let me double check. I think I bookmarked some stuff in regards to that. Let me look and see. I think it's above Winter Soldier. No, or around Winter Soldier numbers. I can't remember. It's somewhere around there. Let me see. Scrolling through my bookmarks, bookmarks. Let's see. Where is it at here? I think I saw the number somewhere where it kind of broke down. Okay, yeah, here it goes. This is it. Captain America Brave New World was more than 192. After adjustment, it's 198, right? So it's been confirmed it's 198 now. The budget was 180, so it's already exceeded the production budget. Now it's falling into like that advertising money and stuff like that, right? Third highest opening for a Captain America film. So I think it would be like, I think it's going to be Civil War, Winter Soldier, Captain America, Brave New World, and then Captain America, the First Avenger. I think that's the opening order, for the film. So I think that's really good. That's good, right? In a movie with this much controversy to come out this strong, I think that's good. Hey, what's up, Quindle? How you doing? Yeah, exactly. Think Noodles. Like, Winter Soldier is a great movie, but it wasn't a box office blockbuster. It wasn't like a Spider-Man, Iron Man movie, you know what I mean? Or Avengers movie. It was never going to do that. And the reason why Civil War did so good is because that was like Avengers 2.5. So yeah, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. We got a couple super chats here. Naruto's $2 super chat says, I'm in the Midwest. The day started at -7. Well, then you're on the upswing then. You're moving up the ladder there. Thank you for contributing. And Short Car dropping $2 in there. So we are at 2 out of 10 super chats, you guys. 2 out of 10. Thank you so much. 8 more at any level to reach the goal. And I think we're good. There's a really interesting article here that I want to read with you guys. And this is from Richard Newby. And it does contain some spoilers for Captain America. Some spoilers. So I can't say I'm not going to spoil anything, but the article may spoil. I think there's a couple things in here that are a little spoilery. So tread lightly as we go through this. And if you don't care about spoilers, I mean, there's not a ton, but there might be some in here as we read through this article. So it says, Chris Evans' Captain America wasn't expected to save us, so why is Anthony Mackie? And it says, there's a American desire for Black people to lead the charge when it comes to affecting change. And now even a Black superhero film is asked to wage war against the MAGA land. Paigey isn't here for this. Paigey would love this. You guys know how much Paigey loves to talk about politics, to try and get me worked up. He would absolutely love this topic. So I'm surprised this is the one day he can't make it. Something that we never would have been expected of a Captain America film in the past. Now this is an essay article, meaning that it's like an editorial piece. It's a think piece kind of. So there's this isn't like a mandated article. It's just something that was written here. I thought it was quite interesting. We're going to skip around a little bit, but I want to read some of the larger paragraphs to give my thoughts on it, because I thought it was really interesting the way this article was approached. So it says, Captain America Brave New World has drawn a divided response from critics and general audiences. I would say, let's look at Rotten Tomatoes quickly. I want to see where it's at in Rotten Tomatoes. I'm pretty sure the critics are still dunking on it, but let's see where it's at with fans. All right. Okay, so didn't move much. I think it was like 52%, maybe last time we looked. It was either 51 or 52%. It was pretty low. So it doesn't move too much. And I think the scores are kind of, as we would say here, locked in right now. We got 275 reviews. I don't think it's going to move the needle much on this one. Fans are still enjoying it with an 80% with 5,000 plus verified ratings. So it looks like fans are definitely enjoying it. So we have that. Yeah, I'm still a little sad about the critical response to this. I feel like maybe I'm shilling a little bit here, but I feel like the movie is a lot better than 49%. I think the critics are being really hard on the movie, and I don't know why. There's a lot of dumbasses on Twitter and Instagram that are complaining about every fucking thing that comes up. Oh, it looks like we have Lance in the building. He's up late.
I was recording content.
Oh, that's right. The man, the myth, the legend, making videos after videos on your channel there. So, Philip says it's the same critics who gave a low score to the Mario movie. I'm not surprised. No. Not surprised. The TV show was way better. Look, I will say this. The TV show tackled one of the things in the article that I'm reading, that we're going to read here, that I'm kind of skipping through or whatever, is the show tackled social issues a lot more than the movie did. I think the movie was kind of a straightforward, like thriller movie. There was no, like they want to say it's woke. There was nothing woke in Captain America: Brave New World. It was like it's a military spy superhero movie. That's what it was. Like, so.
And the other thing you got to realize is it's a TV show,
right?
With hour-long episodes. If that, you can flush out way more than you can in a hour and 58-minute film. We've
known this forever, Lance. Like we've talked about this before. Like
I literally just finished rewatching Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. It's good.
No, it everything in that show like hits so much harder now. Like watching how like Sam is with Joaquin, how he's so protective of Joaquin and why he doesn't really want him as a potential, like, you know, sidekick
because of the show, right? Because of the show.
After watching like Battlestar, like what happened with Battlestar and all of that, like it's just so much stuff. Like after you watch this film, you go back, so much more stuff like stands out. Like I
disagree. I disagree, Jason. I think that show is like in my top 3. It maybe even my top 2, honestly. Quinlan says I saw the stuff. Yeah. Quinlan says, I saw the film yesterday. It wasn't bad. I do agree that Marvel dropped the ball because they should have given Sam his own villain or dropped hints for one in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think
the thing, Red Hulk is one of Sam's villains. He's fought Thaddeus Ross, Red Hulk, and the second Red Hulk numerous times.
Yeah, but I also think that there was going to be. I think there was another villain planned. The Serpents.
It was going to be the full Serpent Society.
Yeah. I think they were going to fight at the funeral for Thaddeus Ross, and then they decided to use Red Hulk instead. Which, by the way, I think it's because it was probably. I think the movie was probably just sort of a spy thriller movie all the way to the end. Like I don't think there was any big, massive battle like there was at the end of this one. I think that entire third act was changed from the test screenings. That's what I think happened, personally. Did you see, I think it was Ragu who posted like all of the stuff from the trailer that wasn't in the movie, and it's like so much stuff that was changed from that third act that was deleted from that from the trailer. So
because it was so I think the Red Hulk was still going to be a thing. I think Ross was just gonna I think his heart was gonna give out after he like transformed back, which I'm glad that they didn't, because it's so much stuff that you need Thunderbolt Ross there for. It's no point in bringing back the fact that bringing up the fact of his like heart attack that was referenced in Civil War, that he miraculously survived, letting us know that he was sick. Because like thinking back to with Black Widow when it was William Hurt, and how he was like so frail, and they even referenced it then, like, okay, that heart attack did more damage, but then all of a sudden now you look, it's Harrison Ford. Oh, he's walking. He's back all good. He's
right.
The freaking president, because they needed a wartime president after Dylan McDermott's horrible president.
All this stuff. Look how much stuff happened while he was president. It must have been like the worst term ever. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, he's the only president I know that literally declared war on legit aliens.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. But it's so much stuff that they need to explore, because I feel like we skipped from whenever year that took place to now. We don't know what happened in between. Like Sam had to deal with all that stuff, because at the time he was Captain America. He had to deal with all of that stuff. That could be another good show, like just seeing all the crap that Sam had to try to sort out in between then and now.
I saw you kind of going in on people on Twitter and stuff, like
it's fun
saying dumb stuff. Like what was the one, like how can he throw the shield or something? I'm like, what? How can you throw the shield? Like the shield is
light.
It's not like a a barbell or something like that. It's not heavy like that. So
tell me, how does he throw the shield so hard? How did Hawkeye throw it to Cap with such accuracy in Age of Ultron?
Well, Tony
John
Stark
Walker
picks it up and walks around with it. It's like it's really not that serious. That seems to be like one of those things that people harp on because they don't really have a real criticism, so they're like, this ruins it for me. It's like, no. I've said before, if he had the super soldier serum, I think him throwing the shield and doing all the tricks and stuff would be more interesting. But right now he doesn't have the super soldier serum, so he just does it the way he does it. If you see how Sam uses the shield versus how like Steve used it, it's completely different. It's a completely different style.
Sam does more tricks with it.
Yeah.
Because again, watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the way he took down the helicopter, he used his thrusters and did like a full somersault and just launched the shield through the helicopter.
Yeah.
Or like the way he kicks it and stuff. Like he's doing
it's a
way
different
more
vibe.
with the
It's
shield.
completely different. Yeah. It's completely different.
And it's just better. Like
you know, one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't murder people that already gave up. He doesn't do that.
Yeah, because Steve would just throw it at your head and not care.
And like, John is like there. When John was Captain America, that was that was a whole different thing. So.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when he almost did that to Sam.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see John again at Thunderbolts.
But that's the thing is like I would say if you guys have not watched the Falcon and the Winter Soldier show, like you didn't watch it and you watched this movie, go watch that show so you can get ready for Thunderbolts, because all of this together is going to hype you up for Thunderbolts because it's really going to be something. Dyad in the Force says, I feel like people are doing this isn't as good as Endgame song. Well, like no movie, like that's such a weird comparison. No movie with individual characters is going to be as good as Endgame. It's just not going to happen.
Yep. And can we be completely honest? Endgame was a literal cameo fest. If we want to be completely honest,
hot take: Infinity War was better than Endgame.
Exactly, because Endgame was not that good. You rehash the same final fight against the same final villain.
You just get all. It's just
version of the final villain.
It's all payoff. Endgame is all payoff. It's all fan service, all payoff, which is fine. But Infinity War is a better movie, in my opinion. All right. Plague Star Wars. People trying to find the feeling they had back in the day with new stuff. I think look, I learned a long time ago, you can't chase that. Like if you want nostalgia, just go back and watch the stuff you love. That's it. Like you can't chase nostalgia. Naruto here with the $5 super chat. Paigey missed Eric admitting to being a Marvel show. I say it almost every week, I think, though, that I'm a Marvel show. But he's just here to always give me shit about it. That's the problem. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We are 3 out of 10, y'all. We're already on the road. So come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see here. We got any other comments here? Sam Wilson is to Steve Rogers as AirrickDebunks is to Nerdrotic. I mean,
I don't think so.
I don't think that's true. That's an interesting perspective, though. All right. Anthony here says, I don't think people are wanting every movie as good as Endgame. At this point, people just want to be happy with a movie that's Iron Man. But do we not remember?
This is Iron Man.
Okay. I got to say this. I think, as much of a Marvel shill as I am, I think there's a lot of rose-colored glasses about the earlier phases of the MCU. Those movies were good, but they were not perfect, and they were very loosely connected in phase 1. If you go back and you look, they were very loosely connected. The issue is that people want the stuff we got in like phase 3 again. But we have to work up to that. It can't be phase 3 every single time. It can't be. And when we were doing phase 4, we were kicking off another new phase, and people rejected that. They were like, we don't want this. We don't want to build up to stuff. We just want all the same stuff that we had in phase. They just want endless loops of phase 3. I think that's what people want at this point. You liked Endgame more? There's nothing wrong with liking. Look, I understand people go back and forth about which one they like better. I think in terms of a fully formed movie with the beginning and an end that kind of wraps everything up, I think Infinity War is a better individual film. Like if you're going to watch a movie from start to finish. Endgame obviously finishes that story, but Endgame to me isn't as fully formed as a movie, if that makes any sense. It's a lot of things, moving parts in it, but they all exist just to fulfill what happened in Infinity War. But I get it. Look, I love the final battle. I love watching Scarlet Witch like give Thanos his ass. Like I love that. The only thing that kind of sucks is we have to remember that Thanos isn't the same. He's a different Thanos. Like he doesn't know any of these guys. It's just like, the
original Thanos Thor killed in the first 5 minutes. The original Thanos was the Chris Brown of this movie.
Oof. Think Noodle with the that's deep. Think Noodles with a $5 super chat. Off topic, what are your thoughts on the Rippaverse creating manga and anime and working with Angel Studios, but also the Yaira sales numbers? That's a lot in one tweet. Think Noodle. Okay, so because Lance has no idea what this is probably, but I got thoughts on it. So I don't have an issue with any company doing whatever they want, right? But I do know, maybe I'm wrong here, and Lance, you would probably know this. I'm going to ask you because you're probably a much more of an expert. Well, I say expert, but you probably know more than I do. I believe the terms manga and anime are specifically stuff made in Japan, right? Isn't that what that is? Versus like if we make an American anime, it's not traditional anime. It's a different thing altogether, right?
I wouldn't. Yes and no, because the manga is just a condensed graphic novel, like comic.
But it's of Japanese origin, though,
it's
right?
of Japanese origin,
right,
yeah.
Right.
But they still have it's more nuanced because you still have the English dubs of the mangas, just like you have the English dubs of anime. So you can make if it's purely American, it's a anime style.
Yeah. So
Marisu
says it's only anime if it's made in the anime region of Japan. That's deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an anime style of
right. So it's the style of anime, but not traditional, like not true anime. So I don't have an issue with anybody doing that, right? Like that is not a problem with me. But Angel Studios makes Christian propaganda, like not like Lance, who is like true blue, going to church, doing his, I don't want to say shit because I feel like that's not very Christian, like doing his stuff in church, like people that are actually like religious and have their values and faith or whatever. Angel Studios makes movies that pushes like religious propaganda messaging.
Yeah.
So that's different. Like it's different from like going to church and listening to a sermon or participating in church when you have a studio that is out there specifically to try and like convert people with like propaganda. That's different. So I would never support anything like that, but if people want to spend their money on it, you can spend your money any way you want, it's whatever. As far as Yaira sales numbers, I haven't looked at them recently, so I don't really know. But yeah, I personally feel like if you want to do something in art, you should be able to do it. But if people reject it, they just reject it. That's the reality of it, So Angel Studios sounds like an erotica company. I mean, you're not wrong. It does sort of sound that way. Anyway, all right. So let's jump over this article. I started reading this before you got, I don't know how much you heard of it or not, but there's an article. We're going to skip through it. But it's from Richard Newby, it's funny because he's got a Twitter account linked to his account here, but he's not on Twitter anymore. So it just takes you to a blank page. So, okay, we're going to skip through this, but I've already read through and kind of like blocked off the stuff that I want to talk about. So this is the first paragraph here. This is an essay editorial thing. Captain America Brave New World has drawn a divided response from critics and general audiences. I don't know if it's as much divided in general audiences as it is in critics, but it's whatever. And given how divided America is right now and the questions concerning what the American dream even means today, it's both fitting and frustrating. While the film certainly has its share of structural and technical wrinkles that can't be smoothed over, a significant part of this division comes down to expectations. And just as it was in the comics, segueing from Steve Rogers to Sam Wilson doesn't come without controversy. Did you ever read the story where that happened? Where Steve and Sam, where the mantle was passed over to Sam?
I vaguely read it, and I know it was when Steve was old. Like I remember the mantle.
Yeah, his super serum was removed from him, and he started to age. And so Sam had to take over, and then I think that happened in 2014, and then in 2015 Sam got his official like comic book. Like the mantle passed in 2014, and then in 2015 they started giving him his own comic. I believe. I want to say 2015. It could have been 2016, but I think it was 2015 is when that happened. But yeah, so let's see. Ethan says 80% is actually low for an MCR, but there's no surprise. Are we surprised based on the way people have been astroturfing this movie? This movie could have came out and been like a 9 out of 10, and people still would have gone into it and been like, well, actually,
because people are trying to make the point of, well, I mean, Sam isn't Captain America anymore in the comics. So what? Reboots happen. The point is, he was Captain America. This is comic book accurate, and well, this is the Captain America that they want for the films.
Right. And the other thing is that I think we have to remember that, and people tell me this all the time. They're like, well, not everybody hates it because he's a black Captain America. I know that. I'm not stupid. I understand there's some people that just don't like this, or they just prefer Steve and they don't care that it's Sam. They just prefer Steve as Captain America. And I understand that as well. But to pretend like there isn't some sort of backlash to this, that's a little bit of playing in my face is the best way to put it. Like, I feel like that's a little ridiculous. Anyway, let's continue here. It goes, with America facing historic levels of corruption, apathy, and greed, while civil, social, gender, immigration, and education rights are being dismantled by the day, nobody seems to know what to do. Our elected officials won't save us, the wealthy won't save us, and white Americans, who hold the vast majority of voting power in the country, certainly didn't save us. So it's somewhat ironic, given the conversation surrounding Brave New World and these movies many have viewed as mere escapism, as there's now a call for superheroes to save us, to call us to action. But it's not just any superhero who needs to save us. It needs to not any superhero needs to save us who needs to confront America as it exists now. It's the black one. So have you seen anything? I'm not saying I'm not going to call people liars. I haven't seen this conversation going on online about how Sam Wilson as Black Captain America needs to save the country. I've not seen that conversation. Maybe it is happening on TikTok. I haven't seen it on YouTube or Twitter.
I haven't seen it on TikTok either.
So I'm not sure what Richard is talking about here. Is he talking about I just don't totally understand this part of it, because I don't remember I certainly have never expected Sam Wilson as Captain America to fix problems in the real world by being a black superhero. I'm not saying Richard is making this up, but I don't know anyone that has said anything like that.
Me either. I think he just pulled that out his ass.
Quinlan says she hadn't seen it or heard it either.
I think he just pulled that out his ass. Yeah.
The line, people look up to Steve, people aspire to be you, really cemented Sam as his own cap. Yeah. Is he not Captain America in the comics? That must be recent if true. He's had the mantle.
He's had the mantle, but now he's as of like the newest comic book run after the all new, all different stuff, he went back to being Falcon, and he went to Chicago with Eli Bradley, so he's partnered up with Patriot right now.
Yeah, but you guys have to remember, comic books are so different from movies. They're so different. Not only are they much less expensive to make, but anything you can write and draw, you can do in comic books. Movies don't have that luxury. Like, you can't do everything in movies that you can do in comic books.
Trust me, I wanted accurate Falcon. But we were never gonna get the accurate Falcon because we don't have the Falcon who gave him the powers in the first place.
Yeah, it's like a different thing altogether. Yeah, exactly. Several conversations I've seen online. Richard, I'm going to ask you to link us to some of those conversations.
Please link us, because this is...
Right, it goes, several conversations I've seen online and taken part in person have questioned whether Brave New World does enough in terms of taking a side. What are we talking about here? The movie doesn't have any resemblance to any of the political stuff that's going on today, other than maybe a corrupt president. But even so, he's nothing like Trump. So I don't know what
he wasn't even corrupt. He was just trying to protect a secret.
Yeah, but I feel like
doing a terrible job at it.
Yeah, but I feel like they would say that could be an allegory to like politicians in today's world or whatever. But outside of that, this is a guy who was being used by the leader. He was being manipulated by someone else. And they could say, oh, that's Elon Musk. I'm like, y'all are just trying everything. You're trying every fucking thing under the sun to make this allegory. Which, by the way, this movie was in production before Trump even won the election. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go on. Is Sam Wilson progressive enough and aggressive enough? Does he make a clear enough political statement in 2025, or does he simply straddle the line as opposed to attempting to fix the fundamentally broken system led by fundamentally broken president? Has Captain America been politically neutered I'd argue that he hasn't, and despite the film's production problems, which I'm not denying, the depiction of Captain America isn't one of them. Sam Wilson doesn't fulfill white liberal fantasies through black work.
That's an odd way to phrase that.
I'm trying to figure out.
I can't tell if he likes it or.
I think he likes the movie. I think he's trying to make a point about the idea that I guess white liberals want the black Captain America to sort of stick it to Trump. You know what I mean? Like they want to go after MAGA with a black Captain America. And I mean, again, I'm not saying that conversation is not happening. I've not seen that conversation happening.
And if we want to be completely honest, Steve wouldn't stick it to Ross either. Stand up to him, yeah, but that's exactly what Sam did.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, that's one of the conversations I had was that Sam, someone said, I think it was maybe one of the reviews that I saw was like saying that he was doubting himself as Captain America in this movie. I was like, no, it was the opposite. He was very comfortable being Captain America in this movie. Matter of fact, when Ross questioned him, he was like, well, you know what? I'm going to go and do my own thing. And then he makes all his decisions with a lot of confidence. Remember when he goes back to pick up Joaquin as Falcon and he's like, grab your bags. We're going to do X, Y, Z. He knew exactly what he was doing. This wasn't somebody who wasn't sure of himself. So.
It was the moments of doubt when Joaquin got hurt. But again,
right.
That when you look back and see the fact that when he became Steve's partner, he knew nothing about Isaiah Bradley. He knew nothing about Bucky. Then all of a sudden he finds out about Bucky, sees how Bucky was, basically hurt in the line of duty. Then boom, finds out about Isaiah, finds out that, there was a black super soldier, there was a black Captain America.
Right.
And look how he got compromised. Then boom, you turn around and see what happens to John Walker's sidekick Battlestar. So seeing that's a lot that places doubt in your mind. It's not doubt that maybe I should have taken the super soldier serum. They literally joked about that through the entire.
And they did that for people that were complaining about it. That joke was in there because everybody kept saying he should have taken the super soldier serum. Like that was a fourth wall break kind of in the humor.
That doubt that he feels, that's normal for anybody. You just saw the guy who you swore you were gonna keep safe at all times get hurt after seeing every other Captain America sidekick get hurt.
It got real. That's what happened.
It got real for him. It got real for him. And of course, that brought back those doubts in your mind that you had all those years ago when you didn't want to pick up the mantle. So that's normal. I don't know why. Yes, it gets old. I made a mistake. Steve made a mistake. No,
remember how many times Barry Allen on the Flash show was like, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not fast enough. That's a trope with superheroes. It's just what superheroes do, man. That's what it is. How many times has Spider-Man quit being Spider-Man? It's just like it's one of those things. Like, but there was never a doubt that he was incapable of being Captain America. All of any doubts he had were personal doubts about himself, not about being Captain America. He had no problem being Captain America. If you want to see him doubting being Captain America, watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. In that show, it goes through all those steps. He struggles through it. But you don't need that. Like, if you don't watch that show and you jump from Endgame to this movie, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. You can do that. But the show is like, it's an extra layer of all of it. It gives you a little bit more.
Watching him wash that blood off the shield with his hands. Do you know, rewatching that? I ain't even gonna stunt, Eric. I almost cried watching that because I felt so bad for him in that moment because he's upset. Bucky is pissed not because John just killed somebody with it, but because he's like, Sam, this is literally your fault. Like if Sam would have taken the shield, maybe this kid wouldn't have died.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so it goes here. Like I said, we're skipping through this. This is a few paragraphs down. The stage for Captain America was already set with the miniseries The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which was devoted to the controversies and battles Sam Wilson would have to face as a black man taking up the shield. So if you want to see social and political stuff, go watch that series. Yep. That dives heavily. Like you want them to pick a side, go watch that series. Go watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
And the fact that y'all think that a lot of these people think that, Steve was so progressive and Steve thought about all of this stuff. If he thought about all this stuff, if him and Bucky were really that, progressive, They wouldn't have wrote Bucky to say the line, "Look, when Steve told me what he was planning with giving you the shield, it never crossed our mind what it would be like for a black man to pick up the stars and stripes. How would we know that? I'm sorry." They wouldn't have had him watch him.
Right.
That's powerful. That people talk about the writing in the MCU all the time, but they have their moments, and that was one. That's why
that was one of them. Yeah,
is a go-to show.
It says, while that series, which greatly benefited from having more time to explore its ideas, was better received than Brave New World. Well, I mean, right. But it was not without its criticisms directed at Sam's role for standing in for an American that has never loved black people as much as we love it. For America that has never loved black people as much as we love it. That's interesting. That's an interesting perspective, I have to say. Sam's speech in the series finale here. This is the part that I want to talk about here. Sam's speech in the series finale of the miniseries, in which he says, "The only power I have is that I believe we can do better." Sam shared a similar insight a decade ago in Sam Wilson, Captain America. Oh, so it was 2015 by Nick Spitzer and Daniel Akuma. Steve Rogers believes that when the chips are down, when its values are at stake, his country will do what's right. And me, in my heart, I can only hope it will. Despite that belief and hope inherent to Sam's character, some of the critics of the show found Sam's speech to be overly optimistic or even naive. Some also took issue with the forgotten Captain America, Isaiah Bradley, finding it unrealistic that he was moved by Sam taking up the shield and by a Smithsonian tribute to him and his troops' contribution to the Korean War and the acknowledgement they were held against their will and experimented on. Thoughts on that?
That's what Isaiah wanted. He never thought that it would happen, though. Isaiah wanted to. Do you think a man wants to be thought of as like dead for all of these years? No, Isaiah wanted his credit. He just never thought that he could get it. Sam made it happen without consequences. Sam made it happen. That speech was not overly optimistic or
I want to say this.
Did
they, no offense to Richard, but did we forget the conversations that Sam had with Isaiah in that series? Like some of the conversations they had?
He had to, because they had some deep ones. Because
I'm saying it wasn't like a light switch. Isaiah didn't like flip and go, yeah, okay, I'm going to change my mind. Like there was stuff that happened that he saw that made him change his position on it. And if you watch Brave New World, you'll see that he's still not 100% on Sam's side with this. He questions Sam every step of the way, even in the limo ride to the event. He is questioning Sam about this.
And let's not forget who got Isaiah to go to the Smithsonian tribute. Eli.
Mm-hmm.
Sam could not convince Isaiah to come to that tribute. He had to talk to Eli to convince him to do it. He did not want to go. So no, it was not too easy. That's a stubborn old man. Yeah.
He's also really powerful. Like that scene in the Brave New World.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
Hey, and I was glad we finally got to see that. Carl Lumbly is a great casting choice for that.
Yeah. He's tall, isn't he?
Yeah. He's very tall. I did not know he was that tall.
Yeah, he seemed really tall to me in that scene. I didn't look it up. But with Brave New World, we've circled back to some of the same criticism, including Sam and Isaiah's willingness to attend a White House event hosted by President Ross, whom neither has any reason to trust, which is they had that conversation in the movie. And to the film's credit, neither man does trust Ross. They're not stupid men. Sam invites Isaiah to get him out of the largely solitary existence, and because he believes that Isaiah deserves recognition for what he's done and he shouldn't remain a secret. Okay. And Isaiah obliges him because of Sam, who has earned his respect, and because despite the abuse he suffered, he's still a patriot. It is a difficult thing to reckon with, but like many Black Americans who have served in the military and had family members who served, there can be both pride in serving your country and anger in your worth in America. It is still devalued. As the grandson of a World War II veteran who served in this country yet returned home, where he was still not permitted in white spaces, still had to work multiple jobs to get by for himself and his family, could not even vote, I recognize the complexities of feeling both within and outside of the White House and all that it implies. So, look, all of that is an admirable thing and everybody's feelings are valid. But my question is, this article is about what white liberals want from Captain America. Are white liberals asking for any of this? I don't think any of them are asking for any of this stuff. This sounds to me like this is something he wanted from the movie at this point. Like he wanted the movie to pick a side. He wanted the movie to be more politically charged. He wanted the movie to be a bit more or less nuanced about it. Am I reading this wrong? I mean, based on the article, it seems like this is his, which is fine. It is his opinion. But again, he didn't link any conversations or give any examples of what people were saying. So,
because if we want to be completely honest, we already know what type of Captain America that the world, that the liberals or whatever that they want. We saw that in First Avenger. They want the propaganda machine. They want the yes man. They want the guy to stand up on the poster and do this.
Which is what he tried to get Sam to do, which is why Sam was like, fuck you.
Exactly.
He's not going to put you. Yeah.
Steve did the same thing with blonde hair and blue eyes. Told them, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not your propaganda machine.
Yeah.
So again, like, what's the point of this article? Like, you're making
good
points, but then you're contradicting them.
Right. So this last piece is a bit spoilery for the third act. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled, like, give me 5 minutes and then you can come back, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but this is a little spoilery for the third act. But I feel like at this point, most people who have wanted to see it have gone to see it or are planning to see it this week. So, you know, it is what it is. Some audiences found Sam's ability to talk Ross down from his Red Hulk form after the expected battle to be too trite for our times. That's a fair criticism. I feel like that is a fair criticism about the movie. I'm not saying that it's the right decision, but I understand that it's a fair criticism. Additionally, criticism was leveled at Ross's decision to take accountability for his actions, remove himself from office, and serve a prison sentence. Why? Do they want him to be Donald Trump? Is that what he wants? Like, they want him to be like, I'm not taking responsibility for anything, and I'm always right. You know, again, that wasn't Ross's character in the movie. That wasn't he wasn't that guy. All right. Ross's willingness to face
like 2 helicopters full of people. He was going to jail regardless.
Yeah. Ross's willingness to face the consequences of his action and Sam's decision to visit him, and his belief that people can change to ultimately work together has been viewed as Sam giving a pass to MAGA. How?
I've never heard.
How?
I have never heard that. He's making this shit up. I have never seen that.
Okay, Lance, please paint a picture for me on how MAGA was represented in Brave New World anywhere.
I have no clue. I'm confused. Maybe MAGA was Ross on
doing
the ground,
what?
Trying to figure out what's going on.
Selling cheap watches, holding rallies. Like, none of that happened.
Yeah, I have no clue. I'm at a loss. Maybe he saw something we didn't. Maybe
I guess
he had the special director's cut.
We're almost done.
Black, so
so let's finish this paragraph and then we're gonna wrap that up, because I feel like maybe here in this last bit he answers it for us here. But this is the problem with looking at these characters as monolith stand-ins for an entire group of people. The fundamental truth of the film is that it isn't about liberal America versus right-wing America. It's about a counselor who became a superhero being able to get the most powerful man in the world to listen to him and take responsibility. And isn't that what we should want? For a minority to be able to use skills they work for to be heard, to create change, to prevent war, to free the unfairly imprisoned, and force leaders to reckon with their actions and want to do better. So he's saying that wasn't the movie, but people wanted it to be the movie. Do they though? Look, I've listened to people criticize the movie from both sides. Conservatives and liberal people talk about this movie. First and foremost, there's nothing woke in this movie. If you're going to look at like woke as an actual thing or whatever, there's nothing like that is in this movie. I mean, unless you count Sam as Captain America as being woke. Nothing else in this movie ticks off that normal like woke complaints. On top of that, there's nothing inherently liberal or conservative in this movie.
Nope.
The movie
not that I saw,
is an espionage spy thriller with superhero elements. That's what the movie is. And it has to do with adamantium and countries working together because they want access to those resources, and some leader shit going on in the background. That's what the movie is. There's nothing about like pronoun stuff in it. There's no like people arguing about rights for individual groups. It's nothing like that. Even though it wouldn't bother me if the movie wanted to cover that, which by the way, if you want to see, again, if you want to see a more socially aware version of this, go watch The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That movie covers immigration. It covers displacement. It covers all kinds of corruption in the
They were
space.
literally getting ready to do mass deportations in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So my thing is, that's not this movie. And I don't even think I don't think the original version of this movie was that movie. I think the original version of this movie just had the Serpent Society and it was a spy thriller with the Serpent Society. That's all I think. And I think the leader was probably more comic book accurate in that movie because he had the different look than what he had in this version. But outside of that, there's really nothing else. The only thing I think people see is they look at it and they go, you know what? Maybe him turning into the Hulk and destroying the White House is an allegory for what's going on with Donald Trump. You can have whatever, like you can make whatever connection you want to this movie. Do I think that's what they were doing when they wrote the movie? No. I don't think so. That's just my personal opinion.
I agree.
So there's that. I did want to share this as well. They posted a picture of like the actual helmet. I thought it was all CGI, but apparently there was a physical version of this helmet. What do you think about this one compared to the actual like the goggles and the mask from the series?
For how high up he was, that makes sense. That helmet makes sense because like Celestial Island is like literally like super high. I think this is a dope look. Like I'm getting the Hot Toys figure. I'm gonna spend that $400 just to get it so I could have this mask with it. I liked it. I like this entire suit. Like I don't know how Sam convinced the Wakandans to make him like a all blue version of the suit. Like they're sure just out here just making.
I'll be honest. Like for me, this popped like the stealth suit popped on Steve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I like the white suit. I think the white suit is fine, but I think there's something about this like navy blue and silver that like just pops for me. It's something about it looks really good, and
how he got the sleeves. He got the sleeves rolled up too.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. By the way, Marvel's already came out and said this is it. He's the leader of the Avengers, so y'all can just be mad about it, I guess. Like, if you don't want him, if you are mad about him being the leader of the Avengers, then just stay mad because he's gonna be the leader. So, there's all that. Where we at? Super chats here. All right, so we are 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. You guys need to get locked in. We need 6 more. 6 more super chats of any level in the Reloaded channel to reach the goal. I know you guys want to reach the goal. I know we can do it together. Literally any level super chat works. Let's see. Mick Cheesy Man. Oh, you're making me hungry now. I just had a pizza too, but I'm making me hungry. Hey, Eric, I can't stay for long. Just want to say I love your channel and the work you do owning the Chuds. God bless and have a great day or night. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Or woman or whoever you are. Burger. Thank you, Burger. I appreciate it. Quindolin says, I like the helmet because it was Air Force. Oh, Air Force and it's fitting. Yeah. I can see that. Eve Flo says, calling the Ant-Man helmet is such bullshit. Yeah, it doesn't like the Ant-Man helmet, but
it don't.
I guess everybody has, they want to, they're trying to demean the movie at every way possible. You know what I mean? All right, so let's see. We had another. Have you played Marvel Rivals at all? Is that a game you've been playing at all?
I played it slightly, but since I suck at games like Overwatch and Fortnite, I kind of gave up.
Well, apparently there was this controversy today about the part of the team getting fired or something, and it seemed like it was a big deal, but apparently it's not a big deal. I don't know. Did you read this here?
I read it. Like slightly. Then I talked to this guy that streams with like me and Chainsaw Teladia, who he's like a Marvel Rivals like partner or whatever.
Apparently it was like a very small percentage of the team. It was like 6 people or something.
Yeah, he said the same thing.
So apparently Thaddeus Sasser, which is what a name, was one of 6 of the American development team that worked on stuff prior to the game launching, I think is what it was. The actual creative director, Guanyin Chen, who is in China, I think he's Chinese. is I think it's, or is it Japan? No, I think it's China is the whole development team, right? For Marvel Rivals, because it's NetEase, so I think that's a Chinese company. Is still there. The team remains committed to reaching Western audiences and in touch with Marvel daily. So basically, it was. I'm thinking from what I've read, and I've seen a lot of stories about this. It was like a more localization community type situation where they worked on making the game for American audiences. Here's like a bit of it. Here's one thing I'd like to clarify. There's only one director. I do not like the false rumors being spread discrediting the work our team has poured into ever since development. Let's not reach the conclusion on workplace harassment when you don't even know what the structure is within the Rivals dev team. I'm simply saying this because it's phrased the wrong way by the media. Expanding the universe, whoever is worried that we will lose our Western audience touch. The team had weekly meetings with the Marvel team every week, communication on a daily basis. Y'all can go find the interviews and articles. It's Marvel Rivals. I would suggest rather than spreading rumors or reaching conclusions, focus on what we have to deliver in a couple of days. We have prepped really hard for the patch. So I'm guessing this was just one of those stories that's being blown up because everybody tries to come after the top dog. You know what I mean? Like Marvel Rivals is crushing it. Right.
Yeah, and they're about to drop Blade too, apparently. So
yeah. So I think everybody wants to come after them.
Yeah.
Look, it sucks when anybody loses a contract or isn't like renewed or whatever it might be for some of these things. But not everything is some conspiracy theory or, it's unfair treatment or anything like that. I mean, it seems like somebody was making up a rumor about being harassed in the workplace or something. Like just anything and everything they can to sort of make things look bad. I mean, if something ends up being bad, if there's something that's going on, it will come out eventually. It will leak out eventually. But right now, I think making stuff up is just wrong. It's just wrong. Let's see. Quinlan says, we'll finish rest of the stream and play back tomorrow. Get caught up with the one from a few days ago. Got to work at the AM. See you later, Quinlan. Have a good night. One Marvel fan says, the game has been too successful to lay off anyone, not going to lie. Seems like corporate greed to me. I mean, maybe, but I think the issue is that the company is actually based in China. And these 6 people were the only employees in the US outside of that team.
Yeah.
So you're right. Look, I'm not going to say you're totally wrong. You could be 100% right about this. Maybe it was corporate greed. I don't know. It's quite possible. But so you're not playing Marvel Rivals? You're not at all?
I have not touched my game in like almost 2 months.
But it's free to play, Lance. It's free to play.
When I get home, if I don't touch my game, bro. Like I sit down. Like my game is literally just my PlayStation is collecting dust. I don't even play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero anymore like that. Yeah.
I just saw someone sent me a interview with FaZe Hero, with Julius Onah, the director of it's like a 1 minute 30-second video, the director of Captain America, about why he didn't want to do super soldier serum. I'll be honest.
I wouldn't want them to fundamentally change Sam like that.
Exactly.
They didn't give him his canonical superpower, which is talking to birds, but that would have been cool to see.
Look, I'll be honest. After seeing the way the suit works in Brave New World, with the exception of Hulk being able to tear off the wings, I think that suit's kind of perfect now. Like, obviously they can upgrade a little bit more, but he gets enhanced strength, durability, agility, all that stuff with that suit. He doesn't.
A helicopter hit him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and bounced off.
Yeah,
he's fine. Like,
yeah.
People complain like, how could he survive a fight with the Hulk? How could he survive a crashing helicopter bouncing off him?
But y'all wanted him to fight Thanos as Falcon, right? They wanted him to fight Thanos as Falcon, but as Captain America, he can't fight. He can't do anything, right? Okay, got it. That makes a lot of sense to me.
We don't question it when it's John Wick. Yeah. You know what I mean? When it's in a superhero franchise, people are like, oh, he doesn't have the serum. How does he do this? Do you factor that in? Like, how do you consider that when you're directing action scenes and wanting to make this guy look human, but also, a little bit above what your average guy could do for sure?
Well, of course, he's got incredible training. And that's a great question, by the way, because it's something that is thought about quite a great deal.
Which, by the way, I think people forget, Sam can fight. Like, he's a fighter.
Like, and I told people that, and people got mad at me, but I'm like, Sam's a legit fighter. When you look at Steve gives me more brawler vibes. It's a difference between being a skilled hand-to-hand combat fighter, like Sam is. Like Sam's doing parkour. He's doing backflip kicks, and plus he has all of that training in the air. He's very agile with his stuff. Steve straight up brawler. Plus he has the enhanced agility and super.
But that's the thing though. People don't understand. This is one of the arguments they have with Superman all the time. When you have a certain level of power, you don't have to be like the best fighter. You don't have to be.
We saw that in Superman and Lois, because the way Tyler has Superman fight, it's not skilled hand-to-hand combat.
No. Which is why sometimes people are like, look, this might be a complete out-of-pocket comment, but this is why in a lot of iterations of media, whether it be cartoons or comic books or whatever, Wonder Woman can usually beat Superman unless he gets in one good hit. If he gets in one good hit, that shakes things up. But if we're talking about straight up just fighting, she is physically powerful enough to fight with Superman, and she is probably, maybe I'm wrong here, chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but in terms of like the OG like Justice League setup, she's probably the best fighter next to Batman in terms of like skill. And she might even be better than Batman, to be honest, depending on what version of Batman we're talking about. But like, this is why she could hold on against Superman, which is why in most iterations you see her fight against Superman, he has to struggle a little bit against Wonder Woman, because if she's not pulling any punches on him, which she doesn't have to, it's fucking Superman. Like, he needs one good hit. He can get one good hit in, he might be able to do it. But otherwise, especially in versions where she can fly, like if it's the ones where she can fly, which is most of the modern iterations of Wonder Woman, she's a much better fighter than Superman. I'm sorry, she just is. Maybe that's out of pocket. I don't know. But wait, what are we talking about here?
He's saying like Steve Rogers was way overpowered in the MCU. The super soldier serum, like he's only supposed to have peak human strength and speed, not superhuman.
Did he have superhuman speed?
I wouldn't say it's he's faster than the average human, but then again, like they didn't really differentiate what the heart-shaped herb was. He's like able to keep up with Black Panther.
Yeah. I would say, I don't know if he's overpowered, but I've always thought in my mind, maybe I'm wrong here, that Captain America, Steve Rogers' version of Captain America, with the super soldier serum, is as strong as an Asgardian, or as powerful as like an average Asgardian, which is like, imagine Thor without all the extra magic and stuff. Like, that's how strong I've always imagined him to be. Which is a little bit stronger than like your average human being. But I think they had to do that because he's in a world where he has to be able to keep up with all of this stuff. The only character, because like, look at Hawkeye. Hawkeye's like, I'm just a man with a bow and arrow. Yeah. That's it. That's all I am. And then you have Tony Stark, who has all of his gadgets and stuff like that. But outside of that, if you don't got some powers,
he does bring up other, like holding the helicopter and being faster than a car.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like that's what an Asgardian could do that, right? I feel like an Asgardian could do that. So for me, I've always assumed that Steve Rogers' Captain America is as powerful as your average Asgardian. That's always been my takeaway, personally. But
now, what you think about Bucky?
What about it?
Like rewatching Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's like he was trying to like tear a door off its hinges, but he was using his robot arm. But I'm like, why are you using that arm? Like, you have super strength. You should just be able to like.
Isn't that arm as powerful as his actual arm? Like, I think they're both the same, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, why are you so focused on just using that arm? I thought you could just like tear the door open. Like, we just saw John Walker pulling this whole thing back up, like with two hands, and you're struggling to open the door.
I'd love to see, I wish there was you know what we should do one day, or maybe I'll do it, go through and sort of watch how they use their strength to sort of come up with like a power hierarchy on the different super soldier serums, because I don't think they're all identical. I think some of them are a little bit more powerful than other ones. Yep. But I think when we're talking about scaling, there's a difference in someone, like for example, if you were to fight someone that's like 20 pounds bigger than you, they've got more muscle mass and stuff, so they're going to be a little bit stronger, but that's not going to matter much. It's a negligible difference in size, right? But if you were to fight like the Incredible Hulk, that's such a huge divide. So I think with super soldiers, there's all slightly different levels of power, but I think it's close enough that they're all sort of on that same playing field, if that makes any sense.
And then I think at the same time, you got to think about people who are remaking the super soldier serum. Bucky and Steve, they got the original. They got the real deal. The stuff bulked you up. Like Carly Morgenthau, the Flag Smashers, and what's his name? John Walker. They got the diluted version that old dude was making in the containers. That didn't change their physiology or nothing. It just gave them enhanced strength, and for John, it just like enhanced his PTSD.
Right.
But you think about John, just because he's the perfect soldier, he couldn't fight. He was trying to fight angry. You couldn't even hold your own against, just regular flag smashers who are literally just jumping at you and using just flat out brute strength.
Yeah.
Like it makes me think about like over on the Flash, how we always complain about Barry cannot win a hand-to-hand fight because Barry's not a trained fighter. He relies on his speed so much. When it got taken away, all of them, he was so busy worried about trying to train them to use their powers properly. You should have been calling Oliver to teach you how to throw a punch, because you wouldn't have got beat up by and Cicada's not a skilled fighter either. Cicada is a literal just street brawler.
Yeah.
He was beating y'all up like with no problem, because you can't even throw a regular punch, bro.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is that if you think about it, when Oliver got speed, that was pretty dope, because like he knew all of his tricks with all the speed stuff that he had. You know what I mean?
He knew all the tricks, and he could actually fight. But that's why when Barry became Oliver, he was just so shocked that he knew how to fight. I feel like he took some of that back with him. He got better at fighting eventually, but it's like all them early years, like, no, you're trying to train people. That's what I hate about that's what I hate about Power Rangers and stuff like where you have to fight in general. Soon as they become Power Rangers, especially if they're just normal kids, they just know how to fight. Right. They just know martial arts.
Where's the training? Where is it?
Exactly.
Not existent.
Exactly.
All right. So let's see what he says here about the rest of this.
Incredible training. He's got his amazing suit where he's leveled up in a big way.
Not leveled up.
Oh my God.
No. Okay.
I think the Flash season 8 ruined that phrase.
I know. I'm not going to hold it up against him, but I never want to hear that phrase again.
Certainly with the vibranium wings. So you know that he's got these tools at his disposal that are incredible, but you do want to feel that vulnerability and that humanity, because I think that's what makes him so relatable.
Yes.
I joke around a lot about it. Mackie and I joke around a lot about it.
Well, we talked about it just a second ago. You said it would change who he is fundamentally, and I agree. When he said somebody was going hard on him because he was like, I'm just a regular guy, right? He didn't mean in the sense like he's just a guy off the street. He means he's a human. He doesn't have special powers or anything like that. He's just a guy in a suit who happens to be Captain America. And that's different than what Steve offered or what John Walker was offering. Like it's a different thing completely.
Oh.
In an initial action sequence in the movie, I was telling everybody I need Anthony Mackie to take a brick and smash it in somebody's face. And it was something that could just be a fun action beat, but it was also one of those cases where I wanted to show how this guy has to improvise and get scrappy to take down adversaries. See some of the messiness, but also resourcefulness of what he does in these scenarios to reinforce his humanity and to do it right up front in the beginning of the movie. So it's details like that to me that were helpful to remind the audience that this is a normal guy in an extraordinary set of circumstances.
Which is why that scene that everybody, even I was like, this scene does not look good. The one we got, that early clip that we got where he was fighting in the church, I think it was at the very beginning. Again, was that supposed to be Copperhead?
Yeah, that was Copperhead, and apparently his blade was adamantium.
Which I thought they were going to talk about that in the movie, but they never even brought it up because he was able to cut the vibranium suit, and I'm like, shouldn't that have been? Anyway, needless to say, Sam
looked like he was.
Yeah, yeah, but like that scene to me made sense in the context of the movie, which is why him saying it here makes sense. But releasing that as a clip was wild. They should have released one of the ones with like Falcon and him doing something in the sky. That would have been
the aerial stuff in this movie.
Oh my god, bro! Like that was
tier,
crazy stuff.
Sam surfing on the missile and making it sink with Red Wing flying with the shield behind him. That's the new helicopter scene. That's the new helicopter scene. Like that was when I seen that. I literally said "what" out loud in the theater. That was dope. That was dope.
But when the time comes to bust out those wings and do some really crazy things, he has that as well. And of course, Steve's shield that was handed to him. So he's a hero and he's super. But that super is always rooted in his humanity, and I just felt
love that. I love
what
that.
a relatable thing for this movie.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for sending the clip. I don't remember who sent it over, but thank you for sending it over because I didn't see this clip. But it does. I mean, that makes total sense with what we know of Sam, in his life in the MCU. So that's really great. We got a super chat here from Naruto. $5 super chat. That means we are halfway to the goal. We still got 45 minutes, everybody. We can do it. I wish Paige would have been able to stay. I want to ask me if you watched the Netflix new Gabby Petito documentary. What is that? You know what that is?
I didn't even know Paige was here. He was here?
He dropped in for a minute. He's out somewhere, but who is Gabby Petito?
I have no clue.
Oh, wait. Wasn't this the influencer girl whose boyfriend, like, her and her boyfriend went on a trip or something, and then he ended up, like, being arrested for her murder? No, wait. It was an Aussie girl who faked having cancer? Which one is it? I don't
know.
Hold on. Yeah, they were influencers, right, chat? Yeah, I believe they were influencers. Her and her boyfriend.
Did you see this? The showrunner of Creature Commando said it's being fast tracked. Yeah, they said we are actively working on breaking the season, so it's definitely moving forward. I mean, it's like they put it on a fast track, and they seem to mean it.
Paige would call me a shell for this. Maybe I am, but I feel like there's no hype around the DCU. Am I wrong about that? Tell me I'm wrong. I want to be wrong about it. You know what I mean?
It's hype about it, but it's getting drowned out by all the people who just want to see Henry Cavill and Zack Snyder come back. I think once they actually see the first proper project, like people are mad about the whole Shaquille O'Neal promotion that they think, and
I saw that.
And mad about, like, tell me, why does James Gunn have to be in all the promote? They haven't done a lot of promotion.
First of all, there's no money, which is going to take. Wait, hold on. We got another subject we're going to talk about here, but I feel like there's no promotion because there's no money. That's what I think the problem is. But here's the thing. I think there could be grassroots promotion. Like, why are the people that are attached to these projects not just actively promoting it? You know what I mean? Themselves.
I think he's not trying. I think James is not trying to spoil any and everything. Like doing the thing with Shaquille O'Neal and doing the thing with David Cornsweet the other day on the for TNT for the NBA stuff. I thought that was genius marketing. Because you're reaching a whole nother audience.
That one made sense. The Puppy Bowl did not to me. I didn't think
Puppy
that was
Bowl. But again, I didn't expect them to bring anything to the Super Bowl because they're actually going to bring a full-length trailer to CinemaCon. Another movie that, and then this is the way I think about it. Another movie that has done zero promotion. People aren't too worried about it. The Michael Jackson movie. It's right. Another movie only had one trailer. People aren't worried about it. Smurfs. Another movie, Jurassic World. People aren't too worried about it. They only have their eyes on Superman because it's what they do not want. You have idiots out here reposting parody accounts.
I did see
talking
that.
about
Yeah.
they're
delaying it or something like that.
They're delaying it, or they're releasing it, or they're gonna release
oh,
it
on
direct
digital.
to
It's coming out
video
on digital like a
on
week
digital
after.
a week after, and then you got people actually sharing that when
Yeah, I
the
saw
account
that.
says fake on it.
Yeah.
Like, are we
Yeah.
stupid or are we
But
stupid?
I will say this though. I think for me, we will see more confidence in whatever they're doing after Superman comes out. Like if Superman comes out and it ends up being a smash hit for them, we will see more confidence from them in terms of that. Here's what I want to talk about. Talk about a downgrade. What the fuck? Warner Brothers Discovery is rebranding Max from using blue to some combination of black and white.
That's like
why?
Disney Plus changing to the different shade of blue.
Yeah, what's the point?
I don't know.
Everything with this company is baffling to me. Everything with Warner Brothers is baffling to me. I don't get it.
But I mean, the black and white kind of do slap a little bit.
Well, yeah, but what is the purpose is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's the point of doing it? Like,
I mean, you could say the same thing about Disney Plus when they just
I
switched
did.
to a different.
I did
like,
say that.
These streaming services are just trying to stay relevant. The one that has not changed, Netflix, Hulu, like.
Yeah, they're green and red. Those are the ones they got. What I don't understand is you got a million other color combinations. And I remember like last year, almost everybody switched to blue or a shade of blue. Almost everybody did, except for like you said, Hulu and Netflix. Paramount Plus is blue. Tubi was blue. There's a bunch of them were still blue last year. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Too many blue
But yeah,
apps.
I don't know. It's this. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Fetman. How many times is Max going to be rebranded? They have money for nothing else, but they can rebrand themselves over and over and over again. I'm telling you, people are not going to start watching your network because you went from blue to black. Where are the shows? Where are the shows? Where is the content? You have removed and off-sold your entire library.
Factual.
So, yeah, we do have, and you can answer this too. We got a super chat here from South Texas Shark. What have you been watching lately?
Me personally, I started watching the show Watson, starring Morris Chestnut. It is a medical drama set in the world of Sherlock Holmes. Brief synopsis. Sherlock Holmes is he was murdered, as they do in these shows where they cannot use the titular, like the real titular character.
Like when Bruce Wayne and Batman gets murdered in their show.
So he leaves money for Watson to start up his new medical practice. They have several characters from the Sherlock Holmes stories in here. Watson starts his medical practice. He does what they normally do in these medical dramas. They get a young team together and they basically solve these medical mysteries. The show is actually really good. I'm watching that. I started watching the One Chicago universe or whatever. Finally caught up. I'm binging that type of stuff. I watch a lot of medical and procedural dramas. One that I highly recommend is Brilliant Minds, starring Zachary Quinto. That show breaks the mold of medical dramas. They explore stuff that you never see, and his love interest on that show is Teddy Sears.
Really?
Yep. Thought I'd, and then the thing is, Zachary Quinto's character has face blindness.
Okay.
So that was a different premise, because
is Hartley Sawyer on the show too?
No. Actually, did you hear Hartley Sawyer? Somebody from the Flashcast that still talks to him, like it was kept anonymous, has confirmed that Hartley Sawyer does not actively pursue acting gigs anymore. He's just doing his philanthropy work with like dogs and the rescue shelters and stuff.
Yeah.
He's not trying to get back into Hollywood. But yeah, that I'm really just watching basically all medical dramas right now, and procedural dramas. I like stuff like that.
So I am watching, we just watched the first episode of White Lotus season 3, which is really good, which is the only thing we're watching on HBO right now. The only thing. Obviously, tomorrow's the finale for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which I'm looking forward to that. Invincible, I'm watching that as well.
Of course. I did not like last week's episode that much.
Of Spider-Man or Invincible?
Invincible.
Oh, the split thing, like it was like 2 episodes in one or whatever.
The only
half
like
and half.
I only like the basic. I want to call it like the cold open with like Rex and Ray, and then I liked the stuff with Mark going to the Pentagon. I could care less about the future and the date stuff with Eve, but the Alan and the Alan and Nolan stuff
the
was
Vetramites
amazing.
or that battle or whatever. Yeah,
I feel like Battle Beast was wasted though, but it was still cool to see him.
I love Battle Beast, so I'll take whatever I can get from Battle Beast. But I'm also watching. I'm caught up on it right now, but I'm watching all the international versions of the Traders or the Traders or Traders. I think it's like a reality TV show where they do like a round table of people, and like some of them are traitors and they're trying to murder people, like a murder mystery thing. Have you seen that at all?
I'll have to check that out.
Okay, so it's really funny. So say for example, it was like 10 of us in the chat, and 2 people we didn't know who they were the traitors. We didn't know they were the traitors, and every day one of us would get murdered off, and the remaining people would have to try and figure out who's doing the murdering. That's what the show is. But it's got challenges. So like during the day they can go out and like win challenges to get immunity so they can't get murdered off. So like, survivor challenges, that kind of stuff or whatever. So yeah, it's on Peacock. So
Okay.
But there's one for the UK, there's one for Australia, there's one for New Zealand, there's one for the US. There's a bunch of them. Right now, I'm caught up on the US one, so I'm watching the UK one. I'm on season 2 of the UK one. The UK one goes so hard because the people in the UK do not play. When they call people out, they're like, in their British accent, they're always like, well, fuck you. Like, it's funny. It's hilarious to me. So that's what I've been watching.
Have you watched this show called Ghosts?
Yes, I love that
on CBS.
Show.
I love Ghosts. I love how raunchy it could be, but at the same time they keep it tame.
So Naruto clarified it's a van life girl that got killed by her boyfriend, and then he unalived himself. Yeah. So yeah, I did know that, but I've not watched the documentary yet. Let's see. Oh, you super chatted. There we go. Yeah, the documentary is about that. So does look, I'm curious, does the documentary, is it one of those like reenactment documentaries where they have the story, but it's like other people playing the role, or is it people that were closely related, like friends and family members, to the people that were actually involved? Because I prefer the ones that are like more reality based, to be honest. Just personally. All right. So you guys, we are 7 out of 10. Y'all are killing it right now. So all we need is a couple more, actually 3 more, to close this deal. And the deal is going to be the top 2 poll choices win. And they will be included in a stream this week. Because I have a feeling, Lance, I don't know about you, but I'm probably going to be snowed in for the next 3 days. So what does it look like for you?
I think we got all of our snow. It's just cold. We haven't had a bad winter.
I think I'm going to be stuck at home for the next 3 days.
Yeah, no, the low for, well, today / tomorrow is 5. Thursday is going to be 6. Friday is going to be 10. Saturday is going to be 15.
So let me see what
then we get rain.
Right
we get rain next week. All this
we get rain on Saturday. We get rain.
It's going to be gone. All the snow we got is going to be gone next week.
Okay, so this is the deal, and I might even go live mobile. Like I might go live on my phone or whatever. If it snows here, because I live in a resort town, so it's normally like cold here. You know what I mean? Like warm here, not cold. So getting snow is very unusual. So tomorrow, starting around 10 a.m., it's supposed to start snowing, and we're supposed to get 12 inches, 10 to 12 inches over the next 2 days of snow. Now, keep in mind, though, our area is not equipped to deal with it. That's the problem. Like, it's not like a big city where they have snow plows and they salt the streets and all that stuff and everything. We don't have the infrastructure for that because we are a resort area. So there's not a lot of that. So we have to wait for it to just melt naturally. So if it comes down like that on Wednesday, tomorrow, then it's probably going to be it'll be Saturday, it'll be in the mid 40s between now and then. It'll be Saturday, maybe even Sunday when it rains before we see that snow go away. So I might be stuck at home for several days. And the thing that sucks is I'm a gig worker, so I will lose my gig tomorrow, my gig Thursday, my gig Friday. That's a lot of money. So I'm gonna try and make that up by streaming, and maybe YouTube will be good to me. I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot of money to get lost though. All right, we have a couple more super chats here. We're one away, everybody. What do we got here? Oh, the next one here is by South Texas Shark. $2. What is your favorite kind of? Mine is easy. It's pizza. Pizza's my favorite food. 100%.
Chicken.
I don't, no question. Chicken. What is it, like homemade chicken, or like you go somewhere and get a specific like brand or whatever?
Homemade.
Because I know some people prefer homemade.
Chicken. I honestly I prefer cooking for myself. Only time I like now, I have a family of 6, so only time now that I
that's
stopped
right.
actually. Only
Can
time
you
I
imagine
actually,
like you're going to a drive-thru, you're spending $100 at the drive-thru.
yeah, like honestly, like we went to this place Friday night after the movies. This place out here called Smash Burger. I spent at least $74. I spend if we go out to like Longhorn or something, at least for right now, especially since the baby is only 2, we spend at least up to 100.
Right.
If we get takeout, like
wait, but hold on. Longhorn's got the like unlimited buns, right? The unlimited rolls or whatever. That's the best part of that place is the unlimited rolls. Like, 100%.
But like grocery shopping, I'd say my grocery bill hits at least 600 every month, and that's just right now because my oldest.
Do you do one shop a month, or do you do it multiple times a month?
I do one shop. I do one mass shop a month, and then by like the end, that's when I start like just picking and choosing the little stuff. Like I've been telling my wife, I'm like, let's prioritize meats. Like literally, just stock up the deep freezer with meat.
Right.
But that's one of the perks of working at my job. We do have a store. I can buy like in bulk, but the prices have went up. I buy like a box of wings that I can split with my parents, and like they're decent sized wings, so I can buy like the whole box and split it with my parents, and that'll get me at least like 5-6 bags of chicken, like in like the big Ziploc bags and stuff. So it's like so if I can cook for myself, cool. If I gotta get something, I mean, me and my wife got Dave's Hot Chicken, and the kids got McDonald's the other night because I didn't feel like cooking Sunday night.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dave's Hot Chicken is amazing.
I've not had it. I will tell you this though. I am literally I've already started like working on it. I'm gonna start a channel where I try like frozen pizzas from all over the world and stuff like that. I'm gonna like start up on that one. Like I'm gonna start with the American ones. So it'll be like DiGiorno, Freschetta, Totino's,
do you have Connie's?
Red Bear.
Like, do you have Connie's Pizza out there where you are?
Like, is it a chain restaurant?
It's I think it's a chain. I just know like they sell them, like it's a brand of frozen pizza, like Connie's.
Maybe, I don't know. I've never had them, but we might have them in the store. So
look up Connie's, and look up Connie's, look up Reggio's, and look up Home Run Inn. The best frozen pizzas, and Home Run Inn is a chain out here.
I can't get it. Doesn't like I can't. It looks like I can't get it here, like in the stores. But you can have it shipped. So what I might do is I might order some and get them like shipped here. Because now I don't know if you know this or not, but almost all of the like pizza places that are like known for like specialty pizza or whatever, you can have it shipped to your house. There's a place called Gold Belly. Have you heard of Gold Belly?
Nope.
It's a website you go to and you can order. Like if you go to Gold Belly, you can order pizzas from all over the country. I think there might be more than pizza there, but yeah, the best gourmet food. Like you can go on there and find all kinds of stuff from all over the world that can get shipped, like ice cream and pizza and all kinds of stuff. It's great. Gold Belly is great. Looks like I'm losing my voice again because of me being under the weather. I can feel it kind of going out on me. So Naruto with a $2 super chat says it's reality based. So I told you you're going to be on that site a lot. I can tell you right now, Gold Belly is good. Like,
oh, yep, you got to try Giordano's.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if they have
Connie's.
if they got Connie's on here or not.
If it's not, I did see Connie's. I can order directly from their website. So,
Because it's a few spots out here I need you to try.
Naruto said it's reality based, so it is a reality version. So that's cool. I'll check
cool,
that out.
cool,
Thank
cool.
you so much. All right, Michael coming through. Good to see you, Michael. $5 super chat. If you do get snowed in and follow through with the stream tomorrow night, that would be sweet. If I get snowed in, I will 100% stream tomorrow. And what I'll do tomorrow is I will do some of the stuff that's on the list. What I might do is I might do this battle thing that kind of like what Darren and I did. Did you see that on the stream?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys do it when you were on a stream or no? I know you did a stream with him or whatever, but
we ranked invincible characters.
Okay. So what Darren was doing wasn't exactly this, but it gave me an idea, which was I'm going to create a tier maker list with like a set group of characters on it. And then the chat will pick, we'll do a poll. The chat will pick the villain. And then we have to build a team of 5 to face off against that villain. And then the chat will pick who's got the best team.
That'll work.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
That's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. 100%. So, but I believe with that, we hit the goal, right, guys? Did it confetti rain down? It did. It did. Fetman says we're locked in. We are locked in. So thank you so much, everybody. We reached the goal. So let's, you guys, I'm going to stay live for another like 25 minutes. So go ahead and vote on the poll if you haven't. If you're on the Debunks channel and you want to vote on this poll, please come over to the Reloaded channel and vote. And then you can head back over there if you're a team member or something on that channel, just to get your votes in. We got 58 votes. We can get more. But thank you so much, Fetman. By the way, how's your, just random thought, how's your monetization going on your channel right now? Are you getting it back or not?
Slowly. It took me to getting rid of all that content or whatever. It dropped my watch hours. I got to get back to 3,000. I'm at 2,797. It's moving slowly, but that's why I've been.
When you remove the content, it took you down under 5,000 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What is it? 10,000. What's the watch hour?
3,000.
It's 3,000. Okay.
Yeah, it took me down, so I'm getting back to it slowly, but I'm just having fun with it at this point. Like it's building my channel slowly, and since I logged back into TikTok, I was just uploading just some of the old like trailer reactions and stuff that I did between January and when it was put back in the App Store last week, and those views have been blowing up too. I said, oh, okay, I'm still not getting sucked back into it because it could be taken away at any moment.
Yeah, I get it. All right, we got a couple more small things to talk about, then we're going to wrap up the stream. I want to ask your opinion on this. What do you think about this? Is She-Hulk returning in Daredevil Born Again? Would you be down for this or no? Because I feel like the tone is so drastically different. I don't know how She-Hulk would work in this like gritty Daredevil. Like Daredevil worked in She-Hulk. I don't know if She-Hulk would work in Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't think She-Hulk will work in Daredevil. But did you also hear about the fact that they said that Matt is still with Karen?
Yes.
So, like, did he cheat on Karen with She-Hulk?
I mean, keep in mind that they originally the Daredevils were going to be split up. That the Daredevil that we had on She-Hulk was going to be connected to that other show where it was not going to be canon to the Netflix show. So yeah. Is it going to be a fever? Is it a fever dream? Is it a fever dream? Is that what's going on or not?
I don't know, but they just convoluted some stuff because like now like Matt, you're a Daredevil, but like you're a cheater. Like I get it. I mean, Karen, She-Hulk, like I'm pretty sure like she rocks the world.
Muscle mommy, is that what you're? Yeah.
But I mean, I this is just weird now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, no, she would not work. Do you think that they're gonna keep the acrobatic like aspect to Daredevil?
I hope so.
But I mean, then we looked at what he did in Echo, and he was more like.
I don't want him to do like I don't want him to like be doing like triple backflips and stuff like I don't want that, but I do want him to. I feel like there should have been a natural progression of like how good he is compared to where he was in season 3 to where he's going to be in season 4. So I hope. By the way, they're already filming the next season. I don't know if you saw that or not, but they're already filming the next season. So, Lance, I cannot tell you how I'm excited I am for that Daredevil series. I am so ready for this. The after party's returning. Are we talking about Daredevil Born Again? I just cannot wait.
I'm excited because it's giving me more stuff to cover. Like I feel like I'm finally catching up to where everybody else was when the show was on. So people were covering like Daredevil, and I'm just sitting at home just watching y'all talk about it. And like now I could be in on the conversation. Like I'm super excited. Like I never thought that this would happen in a million years. Honestly, never thought it would happen. When we first saw him in Spider-Man: No Way Home, I'm like, oh, they're giving us crumbs, but like it's back. Like this is reality.
I want to say so. Let me tell you guys why I'm so excited. In chat, anybody that's been here for a long time knows. Even with Superman and Lois being on, it was like we knew that it was coming to an end. So every time I reviewed an episode of Superman and Lois, I knew that this was it, right? That was the end of the Arrowverse, end of DC TV. We're not going to have anything like that. This, to me, feels like we're back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why this feels different than the other shows, but it does. This feels to me like we're back. We're going to be getting weekly episodes. They're going to be like 45 minutes to an hour long. I'm hoping that all of the Marvel shows do this moving forward, and we have some sort of consistency to them. They drop at a certain time in the evenings. People will be able to watch them. You can talk about them the next day. I feel like we're back, and I think this show for me represents exactly what I want for reviewing shows.
Yeah.
Because it's just everything about it feels right. It just feels good. Like all the promo stuff feels good. I know people have complained about some of the stuff the showrunner said. I don't give a fuck. I'm really excited for this show. So that's just me personally. We had where's it at? Let me find this other thing here. I had a couple more things I wanted to go over and then we can get out of here. Oh, right here. Did you see this? Somebody said that we should watch this. Aaron Pierre talking about lanterns.
And
he's this already.
Yeah, and this look is perfect.
Isn't it fire?
Yeah,
like clean shaven, the fade,
the military cut. Yeah. This is Jon Stewart.
Yeah, it's giving it. All right, so here we go. Let's see.
And then tell us a little bit about what you have coming up, what projects you're working on next, what is exciting you right now when it comes to work.
Right now, I'm locked in and focused.
Locked in! He said he is locked in. He's been watching the show. He's locked in. All right.
And can I just say, they hired a black barber, and I'm so happy.
Clearly. Because you know some of the TV shows, it's very sus when they're doing stuff.
He would have had a bowl cut.
Oh, or he would have had like the what is it? The what do they call it? I guess the twist, like the kill.
Oh yeah. They would have said, yeah, Jon Stewart's gonna have the twisties. Yeah, he's gonna have the
They do that for everybody now. And it's also like shaved on one side and kind of brushed over. Yeah. Like they do that for every black character and everything now has that cut. So
just because of Killmonger.
Yeah.
Focused on a very beautiful project, a project that's very dear to my heart. It's Lanterns, and I'll be portraying a beautiful character of Jon Stewart, who I love very dearly, and I'm going to do all in my power to bring him to life in a way that resonates with the people and celebrates that character.
Oh my God.
And then last question is, I've been asking everybody, if you could sum up Black culture in one word, what would it be for you?
I think it's impossible to sum up such a beautiful culture in one word, but one of the words I would use is abundant.
And then tell us a little bit about
why did they cut off there, like before he even said it? Anyway, all I'm gonna say is I want this show to be so good, because I know there was a lot of people trying to clown this casting. We talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
But I want this show to be so good. Every single issue that I have with the show, I want to be wrong. I want to be 100% wrong on it. I want to be blown away by the series. And I have a lot of confidence in him, right? What do you think his accent's going to sound like on the show? Do you think he's going to go for like a gruff military accent? How do you think he's going to sound?
I think it's going to be what he did in, like similar to what he did in Rebel Ridge. Mm-hmm. I think with if you listen to his voice in Mufasa, he purposely pitched it up a little bit so he could sound like a teenage young
Right.
adult version of James Earl Jones. So I think he's gonna I think he's gonna just give us like a Rebel Ridge-esque performance, but I hope he also does channel some of that Phil Lamar.
Oh, okay.
I hope he channels some of that. I'm just looking at this and I'm just seeing him with the green eyes, like man. Oh, I'm so hyped for this show. I can't wait because people are gonna see the suits and they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, and then I can guarantee they're not gonna look like Guy Gardner's. But
I was about to say no Morgan Edge suits or whatever.
I want to see him and Hal like just show up to Guy, and Guy says something like, "Oh, so you guys didn't upgrade yet, huh?" I just can. And then it's just the fact that Nathan Fillion is perfect for a Guy to bring that smugness. I can't wait to see the three of them just riff off each other as Earth's lanterns. I know Guy Gardner showing up somewhere. I know he's showing up somewhere. He has to. It wouldn't seem right. I don't think he's gonna get killed. If they kill off Guy, it'll be fitting. But I don't think they're gonna kill him off.
All right, we have one more topic to cover. It's very important before we go, Lance, and I think that Paigey would appreciate this one. It's actually the only reason I even had this included in the topics for today.
Road to Redders.
KFC is moving their headquarters from Kentucky to.
So is Texas fried chicken now?
I was gonna say when you
TFC?
mentioned chicken earlier, I almost did this when you mentioned chicken earlier because I thought it was a good segue. But what, like, literally, it's called KFC. That's what the name of the company is.
Now it's TFC, which is the acronym for one of the churches I play at.
Oh, is it? I will say this. I saw you having to go in on some people about your streams. Like you were like on Facebook, you said, like, just remember my streams. We have a lot of different people in there and whatever.
Yeah, I'm contemplating like putting it on there, but sadly I know how judgmental some like church people can be in general.
Right.
But I'm like, I don't got time for that. I'm trying to reach a broader audience because I got people on Facebook that, you know, they like to ask me questions about stuff. So
right.
Figure.
It was fun. You had to put the disclaimer up. I said, "Oh, here's Lance trying to like let people know."
I already had people walk up to me when I posted the clips from my live stream last week, and my guy Phil, like, he doesn't bite his tongue. Like, he could get on the stream, and in the first few minutes, it's like 17 F-bombs. So, right. So like they're like, "Oh my goodness, that one guy had him." I said, "Okay. I'm not his daddy. What you want me to do? Tell him to stop?"
Well, the other thing for me is that if I'm doing something where I know I have to watch my language, I'm really good at doing that. When I get on YouTube, I don't care. But like if I'm DJing an event, and it's like a bunch of kids or whatever, and I'm playing like, you know, kids bop music or whatever, I'm not gonna be like, "Yeah, motherfucker, put your hands up to this fucking song." Like, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like, that's not what I do. Because I DJ all kinds of parties. I DJ birthday parties. I DJ special events. Sometimes I DJ like adult parties and stuff like that. So I do a lot of stuff, you know. I get locked in and geeked out wherever I can, pretty much. Anyway, I thought this was funny. KFC moving its headquarters.
Yeah, no, that's like so weird. I bet somebody blames Trump for that.
Probably. Because apparently Captain America Brave New World was supposed to tackle I guess MAGA, even though the movie was done before the election even happened.
Yeah, apparently.
But I guess they need a time machine to do that. So, I did see this. Did you see the guy who spent the day with spent the day? That's a good way to put that. With 1,000 guys, and apparently is pregnant now. Oh my god!
Wow.
Who's the father?
Did you hear? Did you hear? It's it was out here by me. Like this high school that I know of. This it was this track star. They like the news started circulating that she passed away. So tell me why today. I look on Facebook and they're like, "Y'all telling me that girl faked her own death?"
Oh, did she? I didn't see that.
The girl faked her own death for attention.
That's crazy. That's crazy. People do that though. They'll be like, "I was hacked. My account was hacked," or whatever. That's what it always says.
It's like you just.
Why would somebody hack your account to fake your own death? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
It's just like you don't think something like that would happen. Like, so this year's so random.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what people voted on. Here we go. We're going to end the poll. Let's see what people selected. We're doing the top two. Top two. And the top two are the verses. So we're going to get, it says Paigey versus Eric DC edition and Paigey versus Eric MCU edition. But I tell you what, guys, it does say Paigey versus Eric. So if Paigey is here, we will definitely do it. But anybody that shows up can participate. So if I do one of these tomorrow night, I will come up with enough characters. So we, like, plenty of characters. What we will do tomorrow for the stream, if I get snowed in and I don't lose power, that's also the thing. If I don't lose power, but if I get snowed in and I don't lose power, I will stream. And what we will do is I will make tonight I'll make the list of characters, like a list of team, like superheroes or whatever. And I will add people to the roster so they can do, like, if Lance shows up tomorrow, Darren shows up, whatever, everybody can build a team. You guys will get to pick the villain in a poll, and then you guys will pick the winner of the battle. I think that'll be a lot of fun. What are you looking at? What do you see over there?
My poster is missing the bottoms. So I just noticed it's like it's missing the gripper bottom. So I just noticed like it started sliding out. I'm like, what? I think my kids have been in here. Oh
no. Anyway, chat. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the versus battle tomorrow if I get snowed in. If not, we'll do it on Saturday. No, not Saturday. We'll do it on Monday or Thursday of next week, depending on what happens. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, Lance. I know this wasn't a super long stream, but thanks everybody for being here, for the chat, for hanging out. And Darren apparently said he couldn't come in tonight. In the chat, he was like, I can't make it tonight or whatever. So I don't know what's happening.
He doesn't have a voice.
I didn't have one until like a few hours ago. So I'm glad mine's back, but I can feel it slipping, which is why I'm going to head out before it gets to that point.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, did you see all the stuff about Super Saiyan 4 being canon now?
I did. Yeah. I did see that.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about it?
I don't know how to feel about it, because I'll be honest. There's so much stuff that I'm wondering why they're making it canon. That's one of the ones where it's so problematic because of everything that they have to add in now after the fact. And how does that affect any of the stuff that they've done, like gaming and stuff like that? Like, because
since Daima takes place before Dragon Ball Super, it takes place literally days after they defeated Majin Buu. Right. It's just added into that, like sprinkled into that timeline, but they made it so it's only a transformation that could, like, it that was done to Goku. He didn't access that power on his own. That took a really, really old Namekian with
Darth says he's not sure if they're linked at this point.
They're linked. I mean, they literally reference.
Are you sure?
They reference Universe 7. They show the Supreme Kais that were in Super. This takes place before Super. It takes place right after Majin Buu. I don't think they're gonna call it Super Saiyan 4 in the English dub. It's probably gonna be called Demon Mode or Beast Mode or something, because if you bring up a picture, like Goku's hands are freaking humongous, and in the animation he's running like on all fours. He's moving like really primal. Like this is the really old Namekian just basically like cast a spell on him and brought out this latent power, like forced him to grow a tail, brought out this latent power.
So that's how they're explaining all this then.
That's how I think it's gonna be. That's how I think it's gonna be explained. Honestly, this form wasn't even enough to defeat it. They still have 2 episodes left until the show is over.
Right.
So they don't.
I haven't seen the latest episode, so
it didn't do like this wasn't even enough.
Right.
So
I got spoiled on all this on social media. I was like, I'm not even caught up, and I'm already getting spoiled and stuff. So.
And did you see they finally fixed the whole Gohan issue too?
Yes, I did see that.
Like
Gohan was my boy back in the day, but he always gets punked by everything. So
yeah, but now like finding out that, bro, like you've been a whole nother superhero this entire time, and you've literally just been protecting the city, and you're still ripped, but you're just wearing a mask so nobody will recognize you. Like, tell Piccolo, like tell your dad. They just think you're lazy. Like, I said they finally put some respect on him.
Like he's been clocking in for work and nobody knew. So
nobody knew.
Yeah.
And like, who made him that mask? That mask gave you like a Superman-esque jawline. I said this is genius. This is how you bring back the super manga after a year. It's been gone for a year. This is how you bring it back.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, we're gonna jump out of here. You streamed earlier today, but that's it for the week, right? You don't do another stream this week, or
nope, not doing another stream till Tuesday. But I do have content planned to drop.
What's coming out? What's coming up tomorrow?
Week. Tomorrow. This depends on whichever one. It depends. It's either gonna be Invincible and then like my Cobra Kai final part overview, whichever one 3Dub decides to edit and put up first. And I'm doing another Henry.
Which, by the way, I tried to get him here tonight. He didn't respond and didn't come in the chat. So
he had he's like doing his own doing like his Bible study thing. So he may have came home and just went to sleep.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
yeah, because he hasn't. That's why I'm waiting on him to let me know which one he's gonna edit first. And then I'm doing my rewatch reaction thing. I got a nice little I got a nice couple of views on that.
What is it you're watching on that? What is it?
Henry Danger.
That's right.
Old Nickelodeon show. So yeah, so I'm gonna react to episode 2 and see how that does.
That's cool. All right, well, we're out of here. We will see I'll see everybody either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see whichever day, as long as I have power. But if I get snowed in tomorrow, I may go live earlier in the day on my phone to let you guys see just the impact of the snow. And chit.
Do you have a shovel?
I got one today. Literally today. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'll talk to everybody later. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see ya. Peace out.